S.
100.1% Fort St. John. It's Moose FM.
I'm Dub, and now I'm joined by Michelle, and Lorna, all from the Fort St. John and District Palliative Care Society. Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Thanks so much for joining me today. So, Michelle, you wanted to kind of start. We're going to talk about a new program you guys are running right now, but you kind of do a lot of things in the community, and we wanted to start with kind of what the Palliative Care Society is kind of all about. So, why don't you tell us a bit about that?
You bet. Thanks, Dub. Yeah, the Palliative Care Society, we are a society within the community, and we offer visiting volunteering. We offer all sorts of different programs. But we started our organization in 1997. And it's really what we were really looking for was to help people who are in the end of life process. Mm-hmm. And we train our volunteers regularly, and our visiting volunteers go in and sit with families or loved ones who are dying from a terminal illness. The Hospice Palliative Care Society has a really neat little explanation about what palliative care is. And it kind of goes like this. It's actually a definition from the BC Hospice Palliative Care. And it says, hospice palliative care is about living your life, living it well, right to the end. Mm-hmm. So we don't help, we don't try and fix the illness. We just help in comfort with the illness. So, yeah.
Very interesting. Is just out of curiosity, and I didn't prepare you for this question, so I apologize, but is this kind of in addition to sort of the care you might receive from nurses and that sort of thing already that you get kind of through a healthcare provider? Is this kind of over and above that then, kind of filling the gaps where you don't have maybe enough care, or you can't, maybe you don't have the finances for it or whatever? Is that sort of part of your mandate as well?
Well, we're definitely part of the team. Mm-hmm. So we will actually get referrals from doctors, nurses, social workers.
I see.
For us to go in and spend time with the families. But with everything that's going on, especially now in the situation of COVID, a lot of loved ones want to die at home. Mm-hmm. So a lot of our visiting now is actually in the home, and we get referrals from family members, from the person themselves, from friends. So it's quite a unique situation now with COVID.
Absolutely. Now, this new program you guys have, and I think you're going to start on this, Michelle, it's kind of a bed program that you're working on. Can you tell us a bit about what that is and what it means for people?
Yeah, I just wanted to just kind of give a good little explanation how it all started. There was a lady in our community who had a loved one who passed away, and she had purchased a hospital bed to have him be able to stay at home and die with the family. So in that, she ended up looking out for the community for hospital beds and found that there was quite a few people who had hospital beds. So she decided that she was going to set up some sort of a, word of mouth situation where people could call her, and her family would deliver these beds to these families in need. Well, she ended up approaching the Palliative Care Society because it got quite a bit. We now have 8 hospital beds, and she asked if we would like to take over the program, and we just thought it was just a wonderful opportunity to be able to have this service for the community, especially when they're in a time of need.
Absolutely. Now, Lorna, I mean, you want to speak a bit to kind of how this process works. You have the 8 beds that you're able to give out and have people use for their care at home, their end of life care. Can you tell us a bit about how that works and how people get them?
We've actually, Michelle and the other Michelle was asking how we can contact or how we can get people to help us with this, because we don't have any manpower. And fortunately, I found a friend a local friend in the name of Sean Gallagher, who was very willing to help do the picking up of the beds and delivering it to the family who needs it. Because actually, we had a hard time. It was just the family of Michelle O and Michelle R who was doing the delivery and picking up because we have no manpower. So since they have all the truck, and they were so kind enough and so generous of their time to do that. But finally we found a person who is also willing to help, who is Sean Gallagher, and putting we have a sican. We had a sican where we will put our beds that will not be used yet, and we'll pick up from there if anyone wanted to use it, and he is willing to have it in his own place.
Wow. I mean, that's just wonderful. I mean, these are not
Michelle
light
and
beds, right?
no,
Yeah, yeah,
they
these
are.
beds are, oh, sorry, Lorna. These beds are very heavy,
Yes,
so we need manpower. We need at least 4 men to carry the beds. It's like
Wow.
to transfer the beds
yeah.
from the CCAN to the
It's,
home is not such a big deal, but it's getting it in the home half the time is where it's hard to maneuver, and so we definitely need the manpower.
Wow. And I'm sorry, Lorna, you were going to say something else, I think?
oh no, I was just waiting for the other Michelle to add
Gotcha.
on, because it was really Michelle and the other Michelle who was doing the picking up and the delivery kind of thing. And if there are emergency, they call me, but I can't do anything too because there's no manpower
Yeah.
and we have no truck and whatnot. But with this help of Sean Gallagher, we're very thankful that everything is in place.
Excellent.
Yeah.
All right. Well, and Michelle, I mean, now there may be, as you found out, or as the local woman found out, I mean, there's actually quite a demand for this. So how can people get involved if they want to maybe help in the delivery process, if they have space to keep these beds, if they know somebody who may be in need of one because they want to be comfortable at their home while they're receiving palliative care? Can you tell us a bit about that?
So I am the coordinator for the palliative care office. So you can reach me by phone at 250-787-2814, or you can be reached by, or I can be reached by email at fsjpcs@shaw.ca. I'm usually available 24/7, so there's usually not much wait for getting this in and ready. So.
I see. Is it kind of like an application process people go through, or is it just we have a need, we'd like to get in the wait list, or however it happens to work?
So we do have a little bit of a bundle that we've kind of set up just to fill out. So a couple of just questions and stuff of why they need them. Our main thing is just palliative care, but we've kept a few beds just for the community to use if they're just coming fresh out of the hospital, if they're waiting for surgery for hip procedures or anything. We do have a few of those beds available, but we do just have
Priorities.
the main, the palliative care. That usually just comes from like the doctor and stuff. So.
Gotcha. All right. It sounds like the pets are getting a little bit needing a break. So anything else, anything you want to say, Michelle, or Lorna, before we wrap this up here?
I think she's frozen.
Oh, it does. Yeah, it looks
I
like
think Michelle
Michelle,
is
the other Michelle is frozen. All right. For more information, you can, of course, look up the Fort St. John and District Palliative Care Society on Facebook. Also, fsjcares.com, I believe. fsjcares.com is their website. Everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate it.
Thank you so much,
Thank
Deb.
you.
Community
Till next
interview
time.
is supported by your Member of Parliament, Bob Zimmer. Stop by his office in Fort St. John at 9916 100th Avenue and in Dawson Creek at 10421